Alrighty guys, what is going on everybody? Happy Monday to you guys out there. Hope everyone is having a great day so far. Glad to have everybody here for another tropical weather update. Sorry I did not do an update last night. Things kind of got in the way and you know, I was conked to say the least. I was really tired and out of it, y'all. Had a really long day yesterday. But anyways, my friends, like I said, we're here now. That's all that matters. Talking about here the overall tropical weather update, my friends. We got ourselves some pretty big information coming through here. Oh my gosh, my hair is my hair's flapping in the fan here. But anyways, let's go ahead and see who we got here for today. Let's go ahead and see who is hanging out here with us. If I can actually get my mouse over here. Let's see, we have Andrea, we have TRG, we have ourselves see Crystal, we have Haley, we have Kayla, we have Logan, we have Kala, we have Velocity. What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. Glad to have y'all here. So currently speaking, right now, the storm is currently, like I said, right now, the storm is currently a Category 3, lower end Cat 3 with sustained winds of 120 miles per hour, with gusts getting up to 150. So we're gusting up there into kind of upper Category 4 strength. Right now, this thing is expected to pick up a little bit of strength by this evening, as it is getting its act together, as we are going to be seeing here on the satellite view overall. According to the Hurricane Center, this system is forecasted to become a Category 4 by tomorrow morning. I personally think that it is probably going to stay near Cat 3, probably upper Cat 3. Because they only have this here for a split second, and it's literally bottom line Cat 4. So it's not expected to remain a Cat 4 for long anyways. Then it starts, like I said, starts working its way up here to the north, basically for the day after tomorrow here. Obviously continues to the northwest, and it's going to start to weaken as it approaches areas just west of Bermuda. It is going to be a very large system, a very broad system, very, very large system. And we're talking sustained winds of, 90 miles an hour with gusts getting up to right around 115. So still is a pretty beast of a storm at this point. It's going to be using a lot of its energy to grow in size rather than a compacted, strong area overall. See, don't forget about today is 9/11. That's true. That is very true. But like I said, yeah, it continues to move its way here to the northwest. And then, like I said, obviously, works its way out here to towards the northeast. And like I said, there's some talks in the models, so it kind of looks like, an area we got to obviously be paying attention to. It seems to be like areas here towards Nova Scotia, as well as areas here kind of towards the northeast. These regions have definitely got to monitor the situation very closely, just to make sure that you guys are obviously, up to the news and obviously up to, being prepared and stuff like that. Most of the models that you're going to see here in a minute actually has this thing more aimed towards Nova Scotia there, as it's going to be a possibility. But we'll take a look at the models here in 1 second. But like I said, at this point being, so as it pulls up for the northeast, it'll kind of be right here for right around the 16th overall. So kind of here for the 16th. So we're talking, we're still talking 5 days away. So this is still, a little ways away. Things can definitely change. But we're talking at the point being here for the 16th for the morning. We're talking sustained winds of 80 with gusts up to 100. So we're kind of talking lower level Category 1 strength. I think it's probably going to be in the tropical storm status by the time it reaches in this region here. Tropical storm status as well as maybe Cat 1. I think it's mostly going to be in tropical storm status, considering that there's going to be some pretty strong wind shear. Overall, there's going to be... like I said, it's pretty strong wind shear overall. There is going to be, a lot of dry air that's going to be sucked up into the storm here across the mid-Atlantic, as we are going to be seeing here, as well as the cooler waters that this system is going to transition to, going from tropical to post-tropical. Let's see here. I can't believe it happened 22 years ago. I know. No, 7 when it happened. I was -1 years old. I think my mom was pregnant with me at the time whenever that happened. Very, very sad. Let's see here. What's up, Liam? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Hope everything is good with you. But anyways, like I said, yep, definitely have got to keep an eye out there for it. Like I said, the Hurricane Center has been talking about areas here, possibly there towards Cape Cod. Should monitor the progression, of this system here overall. Because like I said, it is going to be getting relatively close. And as we're going to be looking on the models here, we're going to see a couple of those runs having it pretty close to these regions here with the strong winds and the waves and all that stuff. But it seems like a lot of the models are aimed at Nova Scotia here, as we're going to be taking a look at here in a second. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop you guys over here to the satellite view. I want to go ahead and show you guys what the storm looks like here right now on the satellite view. It's turned into quite a pretty big system. It's turned into quite a big system here overall. And you can actually see here that we have a lot of convection still happening there towards the center. There's a little bit of dry air here and there, like right in this region here. You can see that will dry there for a minute. So it has a little bit of dry air overall, for the most part. But like I said, for the most part in general, there is a lot of convection still happening there towards the center. So that is signs that this thing is still maintaining, possibly even strengthening a bit. It is forecasted to actually strengthen here over the next little bit here. Let's see here. But yeah, Viper says, hey Andrew, how you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Doing schoolwork, so I'm pretty annoying sciences. I just heard look around. I'm sorry to hear that, Viper. Hope you feel better, dude. Let's see here. But anyways, but like I said, yeah, it's looking a bit better overall. The system is going to, like I said, gradually churn to the north here. Right around the 13th, like I said, for basically the day after tomorrow. This thing's going to start to turn its way up here to the northeast here overall. We do actually have, or sorry, to the north overall. We do have some recon missions actually flying into it. We have one that's en route to the storm right now. You can see they took off there from, I think that is out there towards Louisiana. It's actually right there towards like Mississippi. But they took off there, and they flew right over Florida a little bit ago, and they're currently getting closer to the storm now. They're just east of the Bahamas for the most part at the moment. But we got some recon going in there. We actually have another mission that's already in the storm. Let's see, where are they at right now? I have no idea where they're at. So much data they've collected. Well, the pressure did drop a bit, guys. Since last update, since yesterday morning's update, the pressure did drop quite a bit. Overall, it is now down to 948 millibars. Yesterday it was at 958 whenever we did an update, so it dropped 10 millibars, which is, a decent drop in pressure. So that is a sign that this thing is strengthening. Like I said, obviously if the pressure drops, that means it's strengthening overall. Let's see here. I was like -9. Yeah, something like that. But anyways, but yeah, so you can see they flew around the core here, and they put a couple of drop sondes down in the center of the storm here, and they collected that pressure data, getting down pretty low actually. Yeah, this doesn't show it. They haven't flew into the core here recently, but we got a lot of drop sondes in it. Like I said, they're going to plug all the information they collect from these missions. They're going to plug those into the models, which is going to give us additional details and additional help overall, which is definitely very useful for whenever it comes to it. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop you guys over here to the models now. Let's see, is Lee weakening? It's actually, like I said, right now Lee's actually strengthening a bit. Yeah, like I said, yesterday's update, it was at 110 sustained, which was upper Cat 2. Now it's at 120 sustained, and forecasted to peak once again around 130 sustained, which is low in Cat 4. It is forecasted too. Anyways, we got a new GFS model coming through. This one, oh wow. Okay, GFS ends as soon as it gets to this point. Wow, okay. So GFS, this is brand new information I'm just starting to see here, you guys. According to the GFS model, wow, that's trended west a bit, actually. Yep. That's trended a bit west. So, like I was saying, guys, if you live out across portions here of, like I said, if you live out across portions of Cape Cod region, like I said, we got to keep an eye out there for this region. Looks like those winds could be pretty brutal. Models were picking up that for the last couple of days now. As well as Nova Scotia there, obviously both of those regions has got to monitor the progression of this thing here very closely. Let's see here, Lee. Yeah, that hasn't fully finished. Here's the previous model run here. You can see it. I mean, regardless, it looks like Cape Cod area is going to be getting hit by at least tropical storm force winds. Middle level, I should say. Middle level tropical storm. We're talking like 55 knots, about 62 miles an hour, roughly. Let's see here. Let's see, Mark says, good day, buddy. I'm glad to catch you live. Glad to have you here. I'm in Western Nova Scotia. Let's see here. So it sure looks like we're going to get slapped from Lee. It looks a good possibility. Like I said, the models is we're going to be looking at here for the next little bit. You're going to see that there is a lot of support that has it going there towards Nova Scotia there. So got to keep an eye out there for it, for sure. Well, I'm glad to have you here, Mark. Hope you're doing good, and please stay safe with this, okay? Black says, will I ever cover a hurricane as a storm chaser? At some point, I will, yes. Like I said, I'm moving to Florida, so this will make my access a little easier to hurricanes. So... I will at least stream the live conditions that I'm getting. You know, I don't know if it's like going to be a full-on go out in a vehicle and chase it, but I might, you know, go outside whenever it's happening and, you know, kind of show you guys live conditions. Let's see here. But yeah, that's that. But like I said, yeah, the GFS shows these winds getting pretty daggone strong here. I mean, really showing Cape Cod getting slammed there overall. Whenever it comes to the wave heights, like I said, that's another thing that we need to look out there for. Let me actually refresh this page real quickly. I don't know if that's old model data or new model data. All right, that's new model data coming through. But anyways, what I was saying here is that, you know, as we work our way down in time, we're going to be noticing here that those waves are going to be getting pretty big. They're going to be getting pretty big. Let's go and wait for this to load here overall. So you can see as we work our way down in time, you see those waves really getting pretty nasty. According to the ECMWF model, which is the European model, according to the ECMWF, it shows like areas towards Cape Cod possibly getting there up to like 35 plus foot, unfortunately. So some big waves, according to the European model, is possible. It is expected across a lot of the U.S. East Coast in general. It's not just for the Northeast. I mean, really, if I was to show you this, go to the you know, the East Coast overall, you'll actually see here that those waves are going to impact a lot of the East Coast. And like I said, basically for, you know, we've been saying this for the last couple of days, basically from areas near Fort Lauderdale and north is kind of where we're going to be seeing those heavy impacts regarding those big waves overall. Also Bermuda, you can see that little streak that Bermuda produces because it's, you know, obviously kind of blocking the heavier waves. But Bermuda, yeah, it looks like Bermuda's going to get slammed by some big waves here, maybe 30 plus foot being a possibility overall. And like I said, obviously a lot of the U.S. East Coast here, we were talking at least 10 plus foot waves being a possible. You can see reaching all the way from the coast from, you know, Florida all the way up even into, like, you know, Nova Scotia and those regions out there. But eventually that's going to increase. You know, areas here towards the mid-Atlantic, out there towards like Nags Head, North Carolina, like I was saying here, kind of here for the 15th it looks like. So basically for the 15th overall, it does look like that there could be some really big waves out there as well. Probably in the range of at least 20 foot being a possibility here overall. So we're going to definitely need to be keeping out there for it. Let's see here. 11 a.m. Eastern update by the hurricane. Let's see here. Oh, gotcha. All right. Yeah, it's got some new updates. So that 11 o'clock update came through a little bit ago. Obviously, for an hour ago. But anyways. But yeah, no, the waves definitely do get pretty massive. Pretty massive out there. So especially if once it crashes there towards Nova Scotia, potentially we're talking maybe 30 plus foot. I mean, some waves could get as high as 50 foot in some areas, maybe 50, 60 foot. I mean, the model right there is suggesting 60-foot waves. I'm going to still wait a bit before I really kind of confirm that because, like I said, you know, this is going to take a little bit for the storm to reach these areas here. I mean, we're still at, like I said, 5 days or so overall. But, you know, like I said, overall, though, it definitely does look like Bermuda. The U.S. East Coast will definitely feel some big effects on the coastlines there. Once again, rip currents, swelling is going to be a problem. You know, obviously some water being pushed inland by those bigger waves. So it's going to be a little bit more higher than sea level, so a little bit more higher. So high tides might be pretty effective, pretty high up there, actually. So that is going to be you know, a good possibility. Now, there's another system we're going to be monitoring down in time. It's kind of a little too early to talk about it right now, but there is another tropical wave that is forecasted to work its way off the west coast of Africa here over the next little bit. If I was to actually show you guys what's going on right now, we actually have 2 areas we're monitoring here. Obviously, this is Africa. You can see, you know, as it works its way off the west coast of Africa, this is the main development zone. Has a decent shot at forming into a tropical system. We're talking a 60% chance of formation in the next 7 days. So it's definitely going to need to be monitored as another system, you know, could be in play here. We'll just keep an eye on that. We'll put it on the back burner for now. But like I said, right now our main concern is obviously paying attention here to Lee. Now we do also have Margot here still going on. Like I said, this thing is actually forecasted to become a hurricane here today. We're talking later on, you know, this evening, you know, right around 8 o'clock Eastern time. So here for this evening, kind of early evening, we're talking, you know, Category 1 status potentially. We're talking potentially 75 sustained with gusts getting up to right around 90 miles per hour. Then it is expected to remain a Cat 1 for a couple of days, but it is going to be pulling off into the central Atlantic. Doesn't seem like any impacts are expected out of this system overall. But like I said, Lee, that's the one that's going to the one that's going to have some problems. I mean, like I said, just for, not just for the Northeast potentially in, Nova Scotia, but, for areas along Bermuda. I mean, literally all the way across the Bahama Islands there. I mean, throughout Fort Lauderdale up north in terms of those rip currents and swelling conditions is going to be possible overall. But anyways, let's go and hop you guys back over here to the models. Like I said, that's just something I wanted to go ahead and show you guys overall. Black Label says, is there any recent buoy readings? Oh, that's a good question. Let's actually take a look at that. Let's go ahead and bring you guys, let's see. First of all, let me pull this up real quickly. And it does not look like we have any write-up on the storm, but I can show you. Actually, you know what? You're already here. I forgot you're on the screen here. Let's see. This has camera views too. Oh wow, looks a little bad out there. Gusts getting up to 38, and this is pretty far away from that tropical storm center too. This one wind field here, this is right where the tropical storm, the mid-low end tropical storm force winds are. This is where the mid-upper level tropical storm force winds, and this is where the hurricane winds are. Big area of hurricane winds is expected overall. But yeah, we got a couple buoys out there. Let's try this guy. Definitely some choppy clouds. It's a little hard for you guys to see. I wish there was a way I could. You know what? I can do this for you guys. There we go. Makes it look a little better. But anyway, so yeah, in terms of the system here, you can see those clouds out there on that buoy is not looking too friendly. Looking a little bit nasty overall. Those waves are starting to get a little choppy already. I mean, that's a decent ways away. Let's see, moderate risk for rip currents in effect. Oh, I just got a tweet from South Carolina. I follow Charleston, South Carolina's weather service on Twitter. And they just said that moderate rip currents are expected. So that's what I'm saying. Some big rip currents is going to be a problem out there overall. Let's see. We have another buoy over here. Yeah, it's a little cloudy out there, but the winds are the winds are definitely still cranking pretty heavily. I mean, pretty decent, I should say, overall. But still is under tropical storm force. But right now, nope, there's no buoys in it, unfortunately. But obviously, as it tracks its way actually to the north here, it does look like it's going to run across some buoys. More particularly this guy right here. Let's see here. We're talking. This is the one that's right to the left of Bermuda. We have another one that's in Bermuda. But we'll keep an eye on those as the system nears across those regions. So, anyways, but let's go and hop back over here to the models, guys. So like I said, we looked at the GFS here. We're going to full screen this for you guys. Let's see here. What's my thoughts on the one model? I know, let's see. Low chance pathways consistently has stayed a direct hit for New Jersey / New York area. I think it's a less and less probability that that's going to happen. Considering all the other models, that's what we call an outcast model. If you have one model that shows completely different than all the main other models, that's what we call an outcast model, and that's the model you never take in consideration. Like I said, for example, you can see the GFS here, though. I mean, the GFS definitely has this thing getting, the latest run here has it going right between the Northeast and Nova Scotia. In the European model, in terms of the latest run, the latest long run anyway, kind of shows the same thing. Look at that. Seems like it might be trending a little bit more to the, like I said, a little bit more here to the Northeast, which could be a problem. Or actually to the Northwest, but into the Northeastern U.S., I should say, New England. Like I said, that could be a really big problem for areas towards Cape Cod and those areas out there. Obviously, Nova Scotia will definitely still be impacted. Like I said, it looks like the Northeast and Nova Scotia is definitely going to be in the possible run here for an impact out of the system. In terms of the status, like I said, it's probably going to be within the range of Category 1, the tropical storm status, as it reaches these regions here. That's definitely what I think is going to be the case scenario overall. Like I said, that's that. The CMC model, I mean, it seems like the CMC model has kind of a similar idea, kind of pulling a little bit to the a little bit more east than what the European and the GFS have to show. But overall, you can see they've kind of entered this little cove here. So that's something to take into consideration. That's something to watch out for. So I would say, at this point being, if you live across Nova Scotia as well as areas here along the East Coast, basically from like Cape Cod and up, I would consider, just preparing for the storm. Obviously, get your hurricane checklist out just to make sure that you guys are ready for this. I mean, I know there's a lot of nor'easters that impact these regions, which you guys are probably used to some of these winds. But like I said, I mean, just to make sure that you guys are staying safe out there. Like I said, we'll have to just have to monitor this here. I would honestly, like I said, if I were you guys, across areas here of the Northeast, like Nova Scotia and everything like that, as well as areas here towards Cape Cod, I would prepare for it. I would obviously get ready for this here. just to be, just to keep an eye out there for it. Let's see here. I live near Maine. It looks like we'll get hit. What do I think we should expect in terms of wind and rain? Thanks. So, like I said, obviously we're going to know more information as the models, continue to work themselves out. We're going to get more information on the track intensity overall. But, definitely coastal Maine definitely needs to watch out for this here overall. The good news is for you is it looks like you're going to be on what we call the clean side of the system. Like I said, the left-hand side of the system over here is the clean side. The winds are not as strong. I mean, they're still very strong, don't get me wrong, but there's no tornadoes or anything like that over there. The eastern side's where there's going to be a possibility of a few tornadoes and stuff like that overall. But in terms of rain, it is, I mean, like I said, this is 5 days out still, right about 5 days out still, so there is still a lot of things that need to be worked out here overall. But like I said, we'll just have to continue monitoring this overall, guys, and we'll just have to, keep an eye out there for it. There's really nothing I can tell you right now about the exact amount. I can probably tell you that about 2 days before impact. But right now it's just way too uncertain overall. Way too uncertain. Let's see. Thank you for answering. You're very welcome. I only asked because I wasn't there for the Outcast model. It showed Sandy hitting New York. Let's see. While everything said it wouldn't, yet it actually hit New York. Interesting. I don't remember much of Sandy's forecasting. I remember Sandy itself, but I don't remember forecasting Sandy. Like I said, I wasn't that old at that time. I was like 10 years old whenever Sandy happened back in 2012. So like I said, I don't remember much of the forecasting with Sandy, but I do remember Sandy as it was. Like I said, I was in Northern Virginia at the time. It was pretty impactful overall. But it looks like this storm's going to be pulling more to the north than Sandy did. It looks like it's going to be pulling more to the north. Once again, it looks like areas here between Cape Cod and Nova Scotia seems to be the new area of where possible hit, the possible hit marker could be. So I have to keep an eye out there for it. Just curious, Andrew, are the thunderstorms that are going to be trying to push the hurricane back out to sea, are they going to be severe? So you're talking about that cold front, right? That cold front that's going to be pushing the storm out more to the north, I should say. That's a good question. So those storms, let's see here. We'll take a look at the NAM3K just to kind of get a reference. So the cold front's going to happen. You can see we're getting this low pressure system develops up here. We're going to get some cooler air that's going to push down here. I mean, right now, I don't think there's anything on the Storm Prediction Center's website. Yeah, right now there's not anything. But if there is something that gets issued in terms of severe weather, I'll let you know. Okay. Right now, there's only one thing today. Wow, we actually got ourselves a pretty hefty threat today across Texas. Tornado threat, hail, damaging winds. Shoot, I can't cover that today because my brother's here for the last day. So I'm not gonna do coverage today. But yeah, for the next other few days, it does not look like much is gonna happen as of right now. Let's see. All right, we're gonna go and hop you guys back over here. So, but yeah, like I was saying though, I mean, it's definitely gonna be a very interesting system overall. But let me go ahead and bring you guys over here to the spaghetti models. Like I said, here's the latest and greatest information from the spaghetti models overall. Whenever it comes to it, you can actually see that we have a pretty solid amount of agreement here. So we are set in stone that we are going to be tracking our way here to the northwest, turning for the day after tomorrow. And then this system is going to be passing to the west of Bermuda. Now, Bermuda's going to have some effects out of the storm here overall. Like I said, possibly tropical storm conditions could be a possibility as, the system widens overall. The wind field's going to be pretty large, even though it is tracking to the west. We're talking potential tropical storm conditions out there. Also, very large seas. Like I said, possibly over 30 foot could be possible out there by Bermuda. And like I said, the system will continue to roll its way up here to the north. And you can see the group of models has this thing pretty good. I mean, like I said, the models are not, the models are in fair agreement here overall for right now. You can see obviously the models has the same kind of proportions of either western Nova Scotia or areas here just east of Cape Cod. But like I said, it really seems like like I said, I would definitely monitor these regions here just to obviously make sure that you guys are preparing for that. Like I said, I just keep an eye out there for that. It seems like some of the newer models seems like it could go in this little cove here. I don't know if that exactly has a name or anything, but like I said, right in that area there, it seems like the newest trend between the European model, the GFS, the CMC, all those models here overall. Let's see, yep, I looked at the SPC, but I trust your judgment better on these things. Thank you, I appreciate you always. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Kayla. No problem. Like I said, I'll keep you updated. If, like I said, obviously, if we get a big severe weather event that happens out of this cold front, I'll let you know. Right now, there's no word on it. Like I said, I'd have to dive into models for severe weather. I'm not going to do that right now, considering we're mostly focusing on the tropics right now. Yeah, like I said, I'll keep an eye on it. I'll definitely keep an eye on it, and I'll let you know if we'll be in any risk. 9 years from Sandy. Wow, Sandy was Sandy was like 11 years away. 11 years ago. Sandy happened back in, Sandy happened back in 2012, which is now 23, so it's been 11 years. I think that's the Gulf of Maine. Is that what it's called? It is. You are right. That is correct, my friend. It is called the Gulf of Maine. Wow, I wonder how they got that name. But yeah, no, it looks like it could head towards the Gulf of Maine, according to some of those models. The good news is that we do have a lot of buoys with cameras and stuff like that out there too. So whenever we do have coverage on this storm, we'll have a lot of viewing points. We even have some out there towards Nova Scotia too. Let's see if this thing takes a left turn. Like I said, let's hope it doesn't. Like I said, there's really not any model support that has it diving west. Sorry. Like I said, right now they're pointing northbound. But like I said, I mean, we are 5 days away. I mean, things could trend in one direction overall. See, 11 years, 9 months. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see, 2012 feels like yesterday. I know, it does. Crazy. Let's see here. Is it technically worse than Sandy if it hits? That's some pretty bold words, but I don't think it'll get to. I mean, Sandy was massive, but I think Sandy was bigger than this storm overall, than what it's forecasted to be. I cannot tell you that right now, but regardless, they're both going to be very impactful. They're both very impactful. Let's see here. But that's a good question. Yeah, I really can't tell you that because I really don't know, to be honest with you. Let's see, Deborah says, hi, Andrew. What's up? Hope you're doing good, Deborah. But let's look at some of these ensembles here. The ensembles, yeah, there still is a few models that has it getting a little close to the northeast, but most of them have it going there towards the western side of Nova Scotia, as well as areas here towards the Gulf of Maine. Seems to be like that's the density of where the main models are supporting. Once again, this is an ensemble from the GEPS model, GEFS model. The GEPS one supports this thing. There's one rogue model. Don't take this seriously. Like I said, this is an outcast, like we were talking about. This is one of the models you just don't want to take in consideration because it's, obviously the only one that supports this. While the other models we've been looking at supports this thing, just continue moving north. But overall, I mean, like I said, that's kind of what it looks like. It really seems like, these areas in here seem to be the areas we need to watch out the most. Seems like those are the latest targeted points here from the models and, for the last couple of, last day or so, actually, overall. Can't wait for the buoy watch. Yeah, I know, for real. Let's see here. I appreciate your answering and coverage. I've been watching you the past week. You're awesome, dude. Oh, appreciate it. Thank you so much. JS Carps, very, very sweet of you. Thank you for the kind words. Like I said, I try to do my best I can to help you guys out and, help keep you guys prepared overall. So here's the intensity model. So this is based off, like I said, this is based off of the spaghetti models we have here. And you can see the intensity is, kind of gonna, maybe slightly increase, but then you can see it's gonna just as it works its way into the cooler waters. And as it works its way, obviously, into more dry air and obviously, more wind shear, we're going to be on a rapid decline and strengthening. So right now, we're kind of sustaining, maybe weak, like slightly strengthening a little bit right now, but we're not expecting this thing to get too much crazy. I mean, there's a few models that has this thing getting Cat 4. I mean, Hurricane Center has this thing at low end Cat 4, which I think it might just stay Cat 3 personally, but that's my opinion here. I mean, take that how you want to take it. Just considering, it's going to use a lot of its energy to grow more wide, as well as, like I said, it's eventually going to start to run into some bigger wind shear overall, more wind shear, a lot of drier air, and cooler waters in general. So, that's kind of what, it's kind of what it seems to be overall. But anyways, but we're gonna go and hop you guys back over here to the main, like I said, the Hurricane Center's cone here. Like I said, we're keeping an eye out there for it overall, guys. Like I said, obviously, here in the last cone, they have this thing a little close to those areas. Obviously, you can see that the center could track as far west as over here, could track as far to the right as over here. So, like I said, but the models at the end of the day, as of right now, seems like that, obviously the greatest chance of impact would be somewhere in here, somewhere in these regions. Obviously, I mean, yeah, for your, obviously, I would keep it out there for areas here towards, New York, just to be aware of it overall. And like I said, especially for the northeast coast, I mean, everybody, actually on the east coast in general, we're going to be seeing, we're going to be seeing a good shot at seeing some really big rip currents overall, really big, swelling, all that problems and stuff like that. Because, I mean, like I said, overall here with the, overall, like I said, we are seeing, like I said, a lot of big waves coming through. Like I said, we're going to see a lot of those waves really push their way here towards the coastline here, kind of right around the 14th, as you can see. Right here for the 14th or so is when we're going to really see a lot of those wave effects across, areas basically from Fort Lauderdale. Let's see here, I can draw a little better. So from Fort Lauderdale all the way through the Mid-Atlantic coast, the Northeast coast, and out there towards Nova Scotia. I mean, we're talking at least 10-foot waves. At least 10-foot waves being a possibility out there. Lee will most likely be one. I'm thinking upper tropical storm to low wind Cat 1. I feel like it could get ripped apart by that wind shear quite a bit. But it's going to be a massive, massive system overall. But, things can change. We'll see it. I don't see it getting any stronger than Cat 1, if that's what you guys are wondering. No, it'll be Cat 1 or lower, more than likely. Let's see. But yeah. Sandy was a Cat 2, really? Sandy, I think? Let's see. Forgot what Sandy was. Let's see here. Hurricane Sandy. Sandy was actually, yep, Cat 2. Yeah, that it was. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Wait, what? Hold on a minute. This apparently shows as a major hurricane. Apparently it's Cat 4. No. Can't be right. Huh. Anyways, let's see here. Fiona made landfall. Yeah, was that last year? Because I remember that storm. I'm pretty sure it was Fiona. National Hurricane Center expects Lee to have tropical storm force winds 300 miles from the center. So remember, even if it doesn't make landfall in the northeast, impacts could be felt along the northeast coast. Yep, exactly. Like I said, that's what we're saying. Cape Cod, those areas. I mean, we're gonna probably feel some big winds and obviously some big waves too. Like I said, for example, if I bring you guys over here, let's see here, bring you guys over here to the back to the models here. Let me actually bring up the GFS, the latest run that came through, or one of the runs that came through here. Yeah, the new one's not done rendering on that close-up view yet, but yeah, like I said, the wind field of the system is going to grow enormous. I mean, absolutely huge. I mean, look at this here. I mean, you could literally see Nova Scotia, the western side of Nova Scotia right here, and you can literally see Cape Cod right here. So, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying here. Let's see. Maybe it'll hook left and go to Washington, D.C. Nah, it doesn't look like that's going to be a possibility at all. Let's see. When it hits land. It'll be here, like I said, it'll be up in these regions here for the 16th and the 17th. Yeah, but like I said, yeah, you can see really Cape Cod there getting at least 50-knot winds here. Kind of showing for the morning of the 16th right now. Timing can still change a bit, but that. Any chance this thing shifts even further west, watching from coastal Virginia? If you're talking about Virginia coastline being impacted, obviously you're going to be getting some big waves and some rip currents. But I don't think this thing's going to be coming near you, really. I think this thing's going to stay well away from you because we're going to get some strong winds that's going to steer the storm here mostly to the north overall. And like I said, obviously all the ensemble models has it far away from you. All the ensemble models has it far away from you. Like I said, these are the spaghetti models in particular right here. The spaghetti models, the main ones here, have it well far away from Virginia's coast overall. So that's that. Let's see here. Time to batten down the hatches. Now, like I said, I would definitely start preparing for it if I were you guys. I mean, like I said, just not full on, preparing. I mean, get a little bit of food, get a little bit of water. Obviously, for places here along, Nova Scotia, portions here along, portions of the Northeast. I mean, I would definitely, get some items for now. And like I said, if it becomes a little bit more of a concern, it's like don't go full-fledged yet. Like I said, just maybe grab a few things here and there, just to be ready in case if it does happen. And over the next few days, I will let you know if things get worse. Let's see here. DJW says, I just drop in to comment and drop a like. Well, thank you. See you to support this this awesome and very sweet weather guy. Aw, thank you, DJW. That's very sweet of you. Thank you so much. Yo-Yo says, thanks for answering. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Let's see here. Sandy's damage was done by water. Yes. Yep. Sandy was a big flooding event. Because it kind of stalled across Northeast from what I remember. And it was a big system, so it dropped a lot of rain. It did. Yeah, it was a big flooding nightmare. But this storm is, not going to sit around as long as Sandy did, more than likely. Let's see. This thing is becoming a monster. It is. It's becoming a very large storm. Yeah, like I said, it's going from, it was once a pretty small and compacted storm overall. And now it's turning into a big boy. Turning into a big boy here overall. I'm going to show you guys back over here real quickly. Back to Tropical Tidbits here. So once again, yeah, this is the GFS run. Let's see, I think. See, so yeah, as we work way down in time, you can see, you can see how compacted it was here in its earlier life. This was earlier back a while ago. This was back in September 8th. So you can see it was pretty compacted, pretty small. Look at the size of it at the end of its run. Goes from that little guy to this beast. It's going to be growing huge. I know the pressure's low, but that's just because the system's so large. Like I said, I typically say that, 960 millibars is, some, usually like Cat 2, Cat 3 hurricane. But in this case, the system's just large. And so it has a lot more, area to disperse its pressure. So meaning that, the more, the pressure drops of a more greater distance, if that makes sense. Will Myrtle Beach be bad waves for multiple days? More than likely, yes. Yeah, Myrtle Beach will definitely probably be impacted with this. Like I said, you can actually see here, towards the coastline of the Carolinas in general, we're talking the potential of 10-plus foot waves out there, being a good possibility. So, with all the water that's rushing inland, maybe some coastal swelling could be a, possibility there, coastal flooding. Is a possibility. It is definitely a possibility here. But yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye out there for it overall, and like I said, we'll keep you guys posted on it overall. Like I said, once this thing works its way up to the Northeast, though, that's where we could see some real big waves. Even there towards Bermuda too. Looks like poor Bermuda out there gets pretty hit by those, by those waves, kind of shown in that pinkish white color. So you can kind of see up in some pretty big waves. According to the model right here at this point in being, it's 85-foot waves nearly. But like I said, take that with a grain of salt for now. But you can just see how large the system just gets. It's going to rock the whole U.S. East Coast of water, which is crazy. Crazy, crazy. Let's see here. Red Road says, shared you out on Facebook. Oh, thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Like I said, it's good to get the word out there. I really appreciate that, Red Road. Thank you so much. Over 1,000 miles across. Yeah, it's a big boy. It's going to be a big storm overall. Michael says, hello, friend from Halifax. What's up? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. But, like I said, guys, yeah, we just got to really be watching out for this here overall for the next several days. Just got to keep on, watching it closely. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the other models. We have the, let's see, here we go, HWRF. We're going to pull the parent model, though. It gives a more broad view. Yeah, look at that. Here, let me actually full screen this for you guys so it looks a little better for y'all. So according to the HWRF, this really kind of shows you the perspective of the storm here. So you see how small it was? Look how big it's going to get. This thing is a beast. This thing's a beast. Looks like Cape Cod more than likely will experience tropical storm force winds. I think it more than likely will. Let's see here. That's 126 hours out at that point. Let's see. HMON. Actually, let's go ahead and head over to the HAFS parent model. Yeah, quite a big system. Like I said, yeah, there's Bermuda right there. It looks like Bermuda might even get in those tropical storm force winds as well. Seems to be a really good possibility overall. Let's see here. Should rename the storm to Big Boy Lee. Yeah, no, Lee is going to be a big storm. Lee's going to be... How long will I be live for? I don't know, Haley. Any surge forecasts? Not yet from the Hurricane Center, but I'm sure there will be some surging to occur. Let's see here. Just checking in. Going to hit us anywhere, says MP. So, like I said, it looks like right now the best, the likelihoods of getting impacted seems to be right in these areas here. Seems like areas here in western Nova Scotia, as well as the Gulf of Maine, seems to be where the most likely, impact point is going to be. With big waves and, strong winds and all that stuff. I mean, we're talking possibly, at this point still, maybe tropical storm, upper tropical storm, low in Cat 1. Regardless, it looks like it's going to have some big impacts overall, unfortunately. Let's see. Hello, everyone from Vermont. What's up, Pennywise? Hope you're doing good. But, yeah, like I said, it's definitely a beast. That's for sure. It's forecasted to be. Let's see. Let's take a look at the satellite view. I'm curious. That's exactly what I was expecting. I told you guys yesterday. Remember that? How I said the dry air is going to get kicked in throughout once it rolls in the mid-Atlantic? So it's going to engulf a lot of, it's going to engulf a lot of dry air as it approaches these regions here. I don't know if I can show it. Here we go. There you go. Perfect. So that's what I was wanting to show you here. Is that this thing's going to be sucking in a bunch of dry air overall. I mean, it's going to be, getting kind of choked out on the, the southern and eastern flank here. Which obviously the moisture is going to remain mostly on the northwest quadrant overall. Yeah, let's see accumulated precipitation here in inches, y'all. You can see that, yeah, it's going to start to lose a lot of its moisture content as it rolls way up north. So flooding will be a possible problem, but due to the dry air, it could be a little better. Let's see here. What's up, Lisa? What part of the country am I from? I am from Kentucky. I was born in Virginia. I live in Kentucky now, and I'm actually moving to Florida. So my family lives in Florida. I'm moving down there to be with my family in Florida. Here less than a month. Yep. What's up, the odd one? Hope you're doing good. Big extra tropical storm in a few days for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, we're talking the potential here of, it. Like I said, upper tropical storm, low in Cat 1. I think is the best bet overall. Let's see here. But yeah, definitely it's going to be quite a big storm here. Is there any rainfall forecast for New England? So Peter, it's a little bit far out there right now. Yeah, it's just a little bit far out to be able to read the moisture. I mean, considering that there's going to be a lot of dry air getting pulled into the storm overall, and the system's going to have some problems with wind shear and all that stuff. There's a lot of things that can still change. So there's really no way of looking at it right now, because things are 100% going to be changing overall. Yeah, a lot of the dry air gets pulled up in here. New hurricane. There's another one, another system we got to be looking out there for. Let me actually hop you guys over here. So there's actually another system out here. It's going to roll off the west coast of Africa here, and has a chance of turning into a tropical system within the next week or so. So I'll have to keep an eye out there for it. Definitely need to keep an eye out there for that overall. And of course we have, let's see, Margot here still as well. Margot, like I said, it is expected to become a Category 1 hurricane possibly by this evening. Like I said, sustained winds of 75 with gusts getting up to right around 90 or so is actually in the forecast here. So, see hurricane coverage. Let's see. Get more personal for yourself down in Florida. For real. Jay, for real. Yep. So whenever we have hurricanes, whenever I move down there, I'm going to be, probably live streaming the conditions too. I'm going to have to set up a camera outside and be streaming and have the camera pointing outside or something. That would be pretty interesting. Let's see. What's up, Judy? Hope you're doing good. Didn't know you're here. Hope everything's good with you. Let's see here. But, but like I said, there is another system we got to keep an eye out there for. Actually, in 2 areas, but this one's pretty low. I'm not too worried about this guy. It's this guy right here we need to look out for. But, like I said, guys, I mean, the bottom verdict is, or the overall verdict is, like I said, is it looks like, like I said, I would be watching if you live across these regions here. I mean, for portions of, obviously, like I said, they're towards Cape Cod. Those regions probably going to get some big winds, big waves. Gulf of Maine seems like a possible impact point here, as well as, central and western Nova Scotia. That's kind of what I see is going to be, possibility out there. As long as you stay safe, that would be fun. Maybe water spout chasing too. Yeah. I mean, I don't like the fact that it causes the destruction and stuff, but if we do get hit, obviously, personally, I wouldn't say happy, because, that's not really good to be happy, but it's something that I would really... It sounds bad. It really sounds bad of me saying this. It's something I would enjoy. It would be, but it's like, at the same time, I don't want it to happen, if that makes sense. Like I said, if it happened, then I wouldn't mind it. That sounds terrible. That sounds so bad. Trust me, I don't mean it like that. It's just interesting. Let's see here. Hello from AUS. What's up? Michael, hope you're doing good. See, I just left Florida. I was in Destin, Florida last month. Gotcha. I was actually in Florida last winter, spending time with my brother. I was actually down there visiting him. I came back to Kentucky. Let's see. Hey, Andrew just arrived. We're on the edge of the blue line. Wait. Oh, you're up in Maine, right, Judy? Yeah, I mean, you got to keep it out there for it overall. Let's see here. See, exciting from a meteorology view. Yeah, pretty much. That's a good way to put it. It's very exciting. But like I said, obviously, the damages can be left behind. That's unfortunate. These things are, I mean, although they are pretty exciting to go through, they're just destructive beasts at the end of the day, which is terrible because it changes people's lives forever. Let's see. Andrea says hello. What's up? Hope you're doing good. But like I said, once again, guys, the Hurricane Center does have this thing in the forecast to become a Category 4 again. Like I said, I personally think it might just stay in Upper Cat 3, but, I mean, they say it's possible. They're calling this here by the morning of the 12th. We'll have to see. My relatives are in Nova Scotia. I'll keep my eye out. That's good, Lisa. Yeah, keep an eye out there. Stormy's doing good, Haley. Let's see. We are on Maine border in New Hampshire. Gotcha. Yeah, but Haley, Stormy is in Florida right now. But whenever I move in Florida, she'll be with me. See, afternoon from England. What's up, Paul? Hope you are doing good. Glad to have you here. Let's see. We got the recon. There's actually people in the storm right now. I think they're done with this. Yeah, we got pressures down to 948 was the last update, right around 11. So, yeah, 948 millibars is the current pressure we have. See, it definitely seems a tough thing to be interested in something that's so beautiful yet destructive. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, no, that's a great way to put it, actually. Beautiful but destructive. That's just, unfortunately, just how it is. It's terrible. But anyways, but yeah, like I said, they do have the they do have the people that are flying into it right now. Let's see, my camera go out again? I swear to God. Oh, we're back. Okay, I think we're good. So hopefully that camera doesn't glitch out like it's been doing here last couple of days. But anyways, let's see here. What's up, Carlos? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. But yeah, like I said, obviously in terms of the spaghetti models and stuff like that, guys, with the latest information we have coming through here, it seems like they've, they're coming to an agreement. They're very solid for the next several days. I mean, you can see they're agreeing very well on the system, tracking northwest and pulling north just west of Bermuda, for, like I said, starting to move north for the 13th here, so the day after tomorrow, essentially. And then, like I said, obviously it rolls its way through. Probably like I said, the Gulf of Maine and Nova Scotia. Seems like that's a good possibility, but like I said, things can still change. Like I said, if I was across the northeast coast, I would still continue watching that there. Let's see here. So my friends are telling me not to move to Florida. You're gonna need 4 jobs to work. No, it's not true. Because I have family that lives down there. My brother lives down there. He makes it just fine. But anyways. But alright. Well, guys, I think we've just about covered everything here for now. I think I'm going to go ahead and head off here. I'm going to do another update here sometime tonight. Probably a little later today. I'm thinking maybe 10, 11 o'clock or so tonight. So, Eastern time. So it'll be 9, 10 o'clock Central. So, but I hope to see you guys there. Like I said, sorry I didn't catch you guys last night. Had some things that popped up, and I was kind of, a little busy with some things and overall. But yeah, no, I think we are going to be heading off here very soon, guys. So if you guys have not already, please consider subscribing, leaving a like. Be greatly appreciated. Let's see here. Scott says, Portland, Maine here. Things have gotten interesting with the track. Pushing west. Great work. You're very welcome, Scott. Thank you so much for the support. It's greatly appreciated, you guys. We love y'all. Let's see here. Yeah, we're getting close to 18,000. We're actually getting close here to 19,000, but we're at 18,000, almost 900, you guys. So close. We're so close. We're so close. We can do this. We can do this here soon. Like I said, the goal at the end of the year is to reach 20K. I think that's a goal we can definitely meet. 20K by the end of the year. I mean, right now we're almost at 19K, so that's like 1,000. I think we can do that. Let's see here. Juice says, thank you, very welcome. Liam says, bye, Andrew. See you later, Liam. Paul says, great work, Andrew. Keep it up. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Talk to you later. See you later, Frankie. See, Ragtie says, no way, my friend lives in Florida. Lives quite comfortably on $17 an hour. Yeah, that's not true what Nova wrote there. Trust me, I know. Because I've temporarily lived in Florida for a while, so I know a lot of the stuff. But yeah. See, if I move there, good luck, dude. I'll be alright, Nova. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I will be okay. But alright, guys. Well, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. You guys take care. Be safe out there. Like I said, once again, y'all, bottom verdict is, I would consider keeping an eye out there for these regions out here. Like I said, just to be safe. If you live across these areas here, just monitor it. Like I said, I would honestly start maybe preparing a little bit. Start preparing a little bit for the coast of Maine, as well as, western, central Nova Scotia right now. I'd start grabbing a few odds and ends here just to kind of, get some things started. You don't have to go full out right now because, there's still a lot of uncertainty. But as we get closer, then I'll let you know more and more of what you need to grab and stuff like that. So, but, all right. Well, you guys you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Like I said, we'll catch you guys later on tonight, too. We'll be live here once again, maybe around 10 o'clock or so. And I really appreciate it. But, all right. Well, we didn't have any supporters for the day or any donators for the day, so no shout-outs here. But I appreciate you guys for joining us. That's all that matters. Like I said, obviously, we're not in it for the money. I don't care about the money or anything like that. But, just you guys being here and hanging out with us, that's all we care about here. But thank every single one of y'all for joining. Thank you all for the kind words. All of you guys. We love you, every single one of you guys. You all have a great rest of your day. All right, guys. Well, the stream's going to head off here in approximately 2 minutes. So if there's anything that you guys want to say to your friends and family, anybody in the chat, go ahead and say your final goodbyes. And all right, guys, y'all take care, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, my friends. See you later on.